Go in, go in, go in, go in, go in, man, go in.
Let's transition to a Thursday night matchup in the Queen City. It's the battle of the Unks between Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. The Steelers are favored by 5.5 points. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff in Paycor Stadium. The over-under for this matchup is 43.5 points. It's the second time in NFL history that two starting quarterbacks are in their 40s. Only other two were Tom Brady and Drew Brees. AFC North battle. Steelers, Bengals. Let's start off with the Steelers. The Steelers are 4-1 on the season. They are coming off of a Week 6 win over the Cleveland Browns in Pittsburgh. The Steelers beat the Browns 23-9 in that game. In that matchup, Aaron Rodgers, he went 21 for 30. He threw for 235 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. And I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers for the season. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 1,021 passing yards. He's completing 69% of his passes. There were a few plays in that game against the Browns where Aaron Rodgers made some Aaron Rodgers-esque plays. Like, it was vintage Aaron Rodgers. He was able to throw players open, and honestly, there was only one place you could place the football, and Aaron Rodgers made great throws. He had a throw in the end zone to Connor Hayward in that game against the Browns. It was a tremendous throw from A-Rod in that game. And I thought overall in that game against the Browns, the Steelers, they had a balanced attack offensively. They had 100 rushing yards. They had 235 passing yards. They had 335 total yards for the game. And so I thought they did a tremendous job at creating a balanced attack offensively, because you don't want Aaron Rodgers to have to drop back to pass 40, 45 times in a football game, because it leaves him susceptible to getting hit. And Aaron Rodgers is an older, aging quarterback. You don't want your quarterback to take that many hits if you are Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so they had balance. They gave Warren 11 carries. They gave Kenneth Gainwell 6 carries. They gave Caleb Johnson 6 carries as well. And so if the Steelers can run the football effectively, it will really, really help their football team and their chances as we head into the second half of the season. Their rushing attack has been bad, though. They average 84 rushing yards per game. That's ranked 29th in the NFL. And that's going to be key for the Steelers. Can they create running lanes for Warren, for Gainwell, as we head into the second half of the season? You can't rely on Aaron Rodgers to bail you out. Aaron Rodgers is an aging quarterback, and you want to have some balance offensively. You want to have some balance. I thought they did a great job in the Browns game at trying to create balance as an offense. That's what it's going to take for the Steelers to be true contenders in the AFC. Right now, the Steelers are running away with the AFC North. I mean, the Ravens have injuries with Lamar Jackson. Their defense has been pathetic. Joe Burrow is out right now for the Cincinnati Bengals. Looks like he's not going to return back to the field until December. The Bengals defense is still pathetic. The Browns, they are a mess with Dylan Gabriel. So right now, I have to admit, I was wrong about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did not have the Steelers as a playoff team in the AFC coming into the season. But with their 4-1 record, with Aaron Rodgers making key pivotal plays in the passing game for the Steelers are the favorites moving forward in the AFC North as we head into the second half of the season. But the thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers is, through the first few weeks of the season, they struggled defensively. And that has been their signature throughout the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their culture is defense first. This week 6 matchup against the Browns, they had 6 sacks on Dylan Gabriel. 6 sacks. So that was the first game where I felt like, okay, these are the Pittsburgh Steelers that I know. These are Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers, the way they were able to get after the quarterback and get after Dylan Gabriel in that week 6 win against the Cleveland Browns. They had 6 total sacks in that game. And so that's going to be key for the Pittsburgh Steelers as a defense. Because defensively, they have struggled this year. They have struggled. They give up 381 yards per game. That's ranked 27th in the NFL. They give up 245 passing yards per game. That's ranked 27th in the NFL. Okay? They give up 21 points per game. That's ranked 16th in the NFL. So the Steelers are not a top 10 defense. So they need to be able to get after the quarterback much better as we head into the second half of the season. They got to be able to get after the quarterback. I'm looking at their defensive personnel. Obviously, up front, you got Cameron Hayward, okay? You still got T.J. Watt, who's an elite pass rusher. You got Patrick Queen at linebacker. In that secondary, you got Darius Slay. You got Jabril Peppers, okay? You got Joey Porter Jr. as well. This Steelers defense needs to improve if the Pittsburgh Steelers want to be considered contenders in the AFC. They got to get better defensively. Right now, the Bills, Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, all those 4 teams I just named, I would take over the Pittsburgh Steelers right now because the Steelers, from a defensive standpoint, they don't get stops. They do not get stops. So we'll see what they can do in this matchup against the Bengals. Now, when it comes to the Cincinnati Bengals, they brought in Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco, for the season, Joe Flacco, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for the Bengals so far. He had 219 passing yards against the Packers in their Week 6 game. With the Browns, Joe Flacco, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 815 passing yards. And I thought against the Packers, I thought Joe Flacco did a really, really good job, and he was able to get the football to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And if you are a Bengals fan, to me, Joe Flacco gave you a little bit of hope as we head into Week 7. Because as bad as Joe Flacco had been in those previous starts with the Cleveland Browns, in that Week 6 game against the Packers, Joe Flacco did much better than Jake Browning did in his previous starts for the Bengals. If nothing else, Joe Flacco was able to get the football to the Bengals playmakers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Chase had 10 receptions for 94 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. That touchdown catch that Jamar Chase had up the right sideline against the Packers, that catch was insane. It was insane. And that's why Jamar Chase is universally recognized as the best receiver in pro football. Not to mention, despite the Bengals' struggles at quarterback, Jamar Chase still is top 5 in receiving yards in the NFL right now. So that just shows you how great Jamar Chase is as a wide receiver in the NFL. And he has been balling. And the thing is, if Joe Flacco can get the football to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, the Bengals, they can have some success as an offense. But the problem with the Bengals is they are one-dimensional as a football team. They do not run the football with Chase Brown. Chase Brown for the season, 74 carries, 202 rushing yards, only 1 touchdown for the season. So the Cincinnati Bengals as an offense, they are one-dimensional. They're one-dimensional as a football team. So they are very, very predictable. They don't really have much creativity in their running game. They don't really have much creativity overall in their offense. It's just Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Go out, use your talents, get open, and hopefully Joe Flacco can deliver you the football on an out route. That's the only thing I've seen from this Bengals offense. But again, because Joe Flacco had the one touchdown pass to Chase, and Flacco had over 200 passing yards against the Packers, and the Bengals offensive line only gave up one sack against an elite Packers pass rush, I believe that Bengal fans should have hope and they can remain optimistic about the Bengals as we head into week 7 in the season. But these next 3 games for the Bengals are going to be crucial for the Bengals' playoff chances, because they are saying that Joe Burrow could return back to the field in December. These next 3 games for the Bengals, week 7, week 8, week 9, they have 3 straight home games against the Steelers, Jets, and Bears. These are all 3 winnable games. If the Bengals can upset the Steelers in week 7, they can beat the Jets without Joe Burrow. They can beat the Bears without Joe Burrow. And they have a bye week 10. If they are 5-4 heading into their bye week, that will give the Bengals a puncher's chance to still be in playoff contention once Joe Burrow returns back to the field in December. So these next 3 games against the Steelers, Jets, and Bears are 3 pivotal games for the Bengals and their playoff hopes. Because when Joe Burrow returns back to the field in December, you just want to give yourself a chance and be in playoff contention in the AFC in December and see if Joe Burrow can lead you to the playoffs. But with that being said, I believe that right now the Pittsburgh Steelers are the best team in the AFC North. I believe Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the AFC North that's currently playing right now. So I'm rolling with the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium Thursday night in the Queen City. I'm going Steelers 24, Bengals 17.